Nick Isaacson presents Just the Two of Us.
I see, so you said the alleyway was right here.
The red thread of fate is a belief in Eastern folklore. It says that lovers are connected by an invisible red thread. The thread can twist, bend, and stretch, but it never breaks. And eventually, the two lovers connected will find themselves back to one another.
Mr. Wineright.
What?
The alleyway. You was right here, correct? This is the building?
Yeah, I was accosted by the police right under this awning.
So it could theoretically be in this building. What's your thoughts, Mrs. Tamaguchi?
Carmen wasn't one to experiment with her powers. It's certainly possible that it's here, but no one's reported the gun, have they?
It appears not.
So what? Do we think it's under some floorboards, in a supply closet, in the walls?
I'm not sure. Carmen often uses it as an escape route, so we don't often check to see what happens to anything caught in it when it ends.
This leads us to believe that love is so powerful a force that it can bind individuals across time and space to one day be reunited.
Perhaps we should investigate the building's owner, see if we can't find a way to get permission to search the building.
I think that would be a fine idea. Thank you for your cooperation in all this, Mr. Wineright.
While love isn't a force at play in Watts' life right now, he would find himself bound to a number of people for reasons still beyond his understanding. The strangeness of these last few days acting as a beacon for people like Watts, leading them closer and closer to each other.
Mr. Wineright.
Sorry, I was just thinking. I might have an idea, a lead I can check up on.
And what would that be?
Well, I found you guys through a contact of mine. She's really good at what she does. I might be able to get her to help.
Is she some kind of detective? I'd think twice before bringing in law enforcement here.
No, nothing like that. Much better. She's a real, genuine psychic.
I don't think that's gonna help as much as you think it will.
Lady Scheibel may not have led him to the person he was looking for, but she did lead him to the people who could give him answers. Even if she can't give him the exact location of the gun, he was certain she would be able to lead him in the right direction again.
It will. I told you. She's how I found you two.
I don't think you should be spreading word about the gun to too many people.
I think it's a wonderful idea. Mrs. Tamaguchi and I shall investigate this building's owner, and Mr. Wineright can work on trying to locate the gun inside of it.
Fine. Let's head back to the hotel for now then, so we can do some research.
If you find anything, you can call the hotel we're at and leave us a message.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Watts knew he wouldn't be much help in researching, but he still wanted to help. A good night's rest helped put last night behind him, and he knew today was a new day to try again. People like Matt were the majority of contacts in Watts' life until now.
Don't remind me.
But now he would start to gather a strange group of people that he would be connected with, drawn together through fate. It gave him a taste of a different path in life that he had not been able to find until now.
I don't know about that. You make it sound like I'm friends with these people. I'm just doing this to make it up for them for dumping their buddy in the river. What do you care? You said you don't think intent matters anyway.
This path, like a string of fate, would lead him back to a familiar beacon, a Dighton's Wisdom, the establishment run by Lady Scheibel. Not too far away for Watts on his bicycle, perhaps he would be able to find the gun before Pearson and Tamaguchi even got back to their hotel room.
Well, that would be nice. We could finish this all up and then there's no proof I did anything to screw over anyone, and I can get back to normal. Including no more voices in my head. I think I'm getting used to biking again. This wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for this goddamn heat. You'd think Wisconsin would be colder than this. Okay, so I'm heading back to Lady Sybil. She should be able to tell me where the gun is. I'll sneak into the building, get the gun, and then get back to them. I should probably get a bag or something to hide it in, though. I'm not sure the owner would appreciate seeing an armed intruder. Hey, voice, What's a good way to hide this thing when I find it?
These connections that Watts would make during our story would be vital. Every new meeting, an opportunity to make choices he would never have dreamed of making. These are connections he'd carry with him for the rest of his life, whatever life he would choose to have.
Whoa, that makes it sound like I'm gonna die soon. What gives? Do I die? Am I gonna die? Do I get to choose to live? Hello? Nothing. What a cliffhanger to leave me on.
Approaching a Dighton's wisdom, Watts would find himself with a flurry of new questions.
Yeah, because you say cryptic shit and then don't answer me. Hello? Lady Sybil, are you here? Am I gonna die? Oh, sorry.
You seem to be in a hurry yet again. Please give me a moment as I address these other customers. If you're here for another reading, you may wait in the back.
The shop was livelier than his last visit. 2 other patrons were in the establishment. A young man peruses tarot cards in the corner, seeming to be only casually interested, while Lady Sybil is helping a woman as they discuss herbal remedies. Watts would start to feel self-conscious for making a scene in front of them. He spent his whole life quietly to himself as to avoid any unwanted attention. Worst of all, yet he'd been thinking about the gun rather than his mortality. He might have told people about the situation that he definitely didn't need knowing about it. The anxiety was starting to build up until it stopped. A hush of calmness overtook the room as Lady Sybil entered.
Please, Mr. Wineright, allow yourself to breathe. Clear your mind of what might happen and allow yourself to live in the moment right now.
Watts follows her lead and takes a deep breath, taking in the calmness that enveloped the room, allowing himself a brief moment to think and let those thoughts go.
Now, Mr. Wineright, you seem to be as lost as you were yesterday. Did you find who you were looking for? Did you find the road that leads to the sunlight?
I don't think so.
Your resolve has wavered. This is no concern. Life is full of ups and downs. What's important is that we remember what our intents are, to give us guidance when we face those low points. I am here to help people like you who need a nudge in the right direction and remind you of those intentions.
When does intention matter? Sorry, I had someone say that to me last night. They said that intention only matters when deciding if you're honest or have integrity. They don't think intent matters otherwise.
Well, I think I'd need to discuss it more to understand their points, but I think otherwise I'd have to agree.
What? But you wanted me to have clear intent yesterday.
I believe intention is best used to express and communicate. To be honest with oneself and their wants. It's a poor predictor of much else other than that, but I find that to be a very important aspect of the human soul. Others, with clear intentions, have a resolve that shines deep in their soul, lighting their way. Without intent, you find your path clouded and dark, and naturally you'll find yourself following others who do know where they're going.
I see. And am I going to die?
Yes, Mr. Wineright. I believe all humans eventually pass away. But I don't think that's what you're really here for, is it?
No, that object I said I wasn't looking for? Well, the people I met yesterday are looking for it, and I want to help them find it.
Clear intent. I enjoy that side of you. Would you like some tea?
Do you have iced tea?
I'm afraid not. I do, however, believe you'll find the answers you need with a nice cup of hot tea.
If you say so.
Lady Sybil wasn't just offering Watts tea. She was starting off a divination technique known as tasseography.
So, are we reading tea leaves or something?
Very astute. Yes. We shall see what the tea leaves can divine for you. Here we go. First, I want you to concentrate your intent onto this cup while you let the water cool. Be very honest with yourself and what you want.
Watts, holding the cup with both hands, thought hard about his intentions. He wanted to see the sunlight, and he knew helping find the gun was the road that would help him. No more seedy jobs, no more Matt, no more hurting others. He wanted to find this gun.
Now, as the water cools, you may begin drinking. As you do, think about your question, and then ask it as honestly as you can. When there's about a tablespoon of water left, stop, and we shall find the answer.
Where exactly did that gun go?
A question that might otherwise shock someone to hear, Lady Cybele remains focused on her craft.
Now, with the cup in your left hand, swirl the leaves 3 times to the right. Now we shall flip it over this saucer and wait.
Well, how long do we wait?
About a minute, and then we shall rotate the cup 3 times.
A silence overcame the room as both parties waited for the results to this question. Watts was finally getting an answer that had been long overdue in his mind. From the moment he realized he dropped the gun, its location has been eating away at him. He was also facing some strong nerves as he wasn't sure what Lady Cybele was thinking about him. He just revealed he was looking for a gun, and there was no way to interpret this as anything other than shady. Does she still think he can find a path to a better life? For Lady Cybele's part, her silence seemed to come from a place of certainty. There's a certainty in her craft. She's been doing this work for decades, but there was something else driving her success. And then, there is certainty that silence is a welcome part of our human experience. Sometimes, when people speak, it's to avoid communication, to create signals and noise that distract from the signals our souls are trying to communicate. And after a minute's silence, Lady Cybele gestures to Watts to turn the cup 3 times to reveal its answers.
How's this? Does this mean anything?
Strange things are occurring, Mr. Wineright. This is an unexpected result.
What? What do you see?
Typically, when using tasseography, the leaves will form shapes such as animals, numbers, or objects, and their placement within the cup will help give guidance to those symbols. But here, listener, something truly bizarre would occur. The leaves were displaying what appeared to be blueprints of a building and a series of letters and numbers.
A map of sorts. I cannot tell where this is a map of, however.
Well, I do. This is a building, the one with the awning. It's down on 3rd Avenue. It was there after all. B007. Is that some kind of basement room? Do you have anything I can copy this map onto?
Of course.
Oh, this is perfect. I didn't expect to get such direct results.
The results of Watts's trip here were indeed quick and direct. In fact, he most certainly got them before his companions could make their way back to the hotel. He would need to find some way to kill time before he could make his phone call.
While I'm here, can I get another reading? A tarot card reading, that is.
You still have uncertainty in your life?
Well, kind of. I want to make sure my intent is real, and there'd be no better way to check that than your readings.
Then of course I shall give you a reading. Are you choosing the same candle?
Yeah, the blue one. And the sun deck. They worked out great for me last time.
Then I shall pick the same candles as last time as well. Now concentrate on your intentions as we continue. This first card shall reveal to us information about your soul. Oh my.
Oh, that looks bad. Why is it death? Am I gonna die? Am I actually going to die?
You bet you are, Watts.
What? Who's there?
I feel trouble emerging. Your next card is the Tower. A dramatic change.
Thanks for finding the gun for us.
Well, it's coming from the cards. They're moving.
The cards were beginning to slide around the table before eventually, like a tornado, they would scatter among the room. A whirlwind of cards circled the room.
Are you doing this?
No, this is not my doing, Mr. Wineright. We are dealing with unwanted visitors.
Hey, my map!
Just like the cards, the map Watts copied down flew into the air. Watts frantically searched the air for where it went and saw it slip out of the room. As the tarot cards cut through the air, however, they started to brush up against Watts and Lady Cybele.
Oh, these fuckers sting. We have to get out of the room.
You're too late. We don't need you anymore. We know where the gun is, and frankly, I bet the boss will pay us quite well if we take you out here. But first, we take out the witness.
The cards whirling through the air start to condense, and one after another, like a frenzy of piranhas, they dart at Lady Cybele, taking turns, 2, 5, 10 cards at a time, slashing at Lady Cybele. Blood starts to coat the cards. Lady Cybele's own tools used against her. The pair would try to batter the cards away, but like a cloud of mosquitoes, they whisk away and come right back, seeking blood.
It's no use. You have to hold on, Lady Cybele. I'll get whoever's doing this. Hold on!
Watts bursts out of the room, ready to pummel anyone he sees. However, he was not prepared for the trap that was laid out for him. Whatever thread of fate that tied him to Lady Cybele, he was finding tied him to many others as well, and not all of them he would be connected to would become honored friends. Waiting for him in the main room of a Dighton's Wisdom would be that same young man from before, and surrounding him would be over 100 cards fluttering around the room. Awaiting him here would be death by paper cut.